This winter with Aer Lingus, you can fly from Minneapolis-St. Paul direct to Dublin, your gateway to Ireland. From Dublin's legendary sights and culture to the dramatic beauty of Ireland's coastlines and castles, you'll enjoy warm hospitality, cosy pubs, Michelin-star cuisine, and historical wonders wherever you choose to visit on this uniquely vibrant island. And because you'll be coming in winter, you'll also enjoy less tourists. Smart says fill your heart with Ireland. Smart flies, Aer Lingus. Book now at aerlingus.com.
The following is a presentation of the Matt Talk Podcast Network.
And welcome back to Short Time Shots, a daily look at what's going on in and around the world of college wrestling. It's Napat Pomo, and I'm trying to record this in one take using Spreaker Studio. Yeah, I have a Spreaker account, and I do a bunch of stuff with various podcast hosts. This is something I'm trying for the first time. I'm going to count down for 10 minutes. I don't know if it's going to work. By the way, I'm Jason Bryant. Today, in duels, fueled by victories from BC LaPrade at 157 pounds and Hunter Bolen at 184. Number 16, Virginia Tech, picked up its first win in school history over Missouri, beating the number 9 Tigers 29-10 in Blacksburg. The Hokies won the last 4 matches of the duel, which included a forfeit at 133 and a 26-second fall by Mitch Moore at 141 to close out the win. I want to be Mitch Moore when I grow up, although I'm a lot older than he is. Number 24, Virginia went 2-0, beating Maryland 34-6 in Division III Southern Virginia 50-3. Maryland picked up the first win of the Alex Clemsen era with a win over Southern Virginia 42-6. Of note for people back home, Patrick McCormick from Poquoson, Virginia, that's my hometown, registered a forfeit W at 125 against Southern Virginia. It's my show. I'll mention irrelevant forfeit wins by kids from my hometown if I want. Rutgers opened up the season with 3 wins, picking up a win over newly branded Division I Long Island University 43-3, the top-ranked team in Division II Pitt-Johnstown 22-9, and Division III Centenary 38-6. Edinboro opened up year 2 of the Matt Hill era with 3 wins, 2 over non-conference and non-Division I foes. Of course, they're non-conference, Mercyhurst Northeast and Ashland, and its first ever MAC win over new conference mate Kent State. In the 29-6 win over Kent State, the top win there was Jacob Oliver's pin over Andrew McNally at 174. As SID Bob Shreve wrote, Edinboro eclipsed last year's win total in one day. While listed as an exhibition, it's notable that the revived wrestling program at Division II Fairmont State in West Virginia picked up a win over Garrett Community College of Maryland 30-22 on Saturday. It's the second win in as many days for the new or reinstated program in the state, as on Friday, Davis and Elkins opened up with a victory. In Division III, Messiah won its Messiah Invitational with 4 champions, Josiah Gehr at 133, Garrett Cornell at 141, Nick Barnhart at 149, and Stephen Maloney at 157. Messiah outdistanced second place Ursinus 116.5 to 81. Up in Ithaca, Johnson and Wales took home top honors as 3 Wildcats won titles, Hayden Brown at 133, Gabriel McDaniel at 141, and Damani Burns at 149. Baldwin Wallace was second and picked up a pair of champions, Stanley Bleich at 157 and Zeckary Lehman at 197. Host Ithaca was third and also had 3 champs. And keeping it in Division III, Milliken's Big Blue beat Elmhurst 29-18. Mixing things up, we have Leroy Gardner's University of the Ozarks in Division III picking up a 41-10 win over NAIA Lyon College in a battle of Arkansas schools. Out west, North Idaho of the NJCAA beat NAIA's Eastern Oregon 26-19. I'm doing this one take, I told you. One shot, one kill, that's all I got. Keeping with the NAIA, Oklahoma City, coached by Olympian Sam Hazewinkel, blanked Oklahoma City. They are Oklahoma City. They blanked Oklahoma Wesleyan 55-0. In tournaments at the Michigan State Open, Ohio State's Sammy Sasso made his official college debut, one to remember, as he trounced the field in East Lansing. Yeah, we know he redshirted last year. These matches actually count this year. Sasso had 3 falls and 2 technical falls, including a tech over Michigan's Canaan Store in the finals. Sasso also decked Purdue's Nate Limix in the quarters. Purdue's Kendall Coleman, on the other hand, had a good day for the Boilermakers, probably having the biggest breakout performance of the tournament, winning the title at 157. Among Coleman's wins were Eric Baroni of Illinois, Will Luan of Michigan, Zach Carson of Ohio, and Anthony, I am not in overtime anymore, Artolona of Penn. All are known commodities in college wrestling. At 197, Colin Moore of Ohio State edged Oklahoma's Jake Woodley 6-4 in sudden victory to win at 197, while Michigan's Mason Paris topped Central Michigan's Matt Stencil 9-2 in the finals at 285. In the Cowboy Open, probably the most notable result came at 133 pounds, where true freshman Therius Robeson of Northern Colorado beat Wyoming All-American Montory Bridges 3-2. Now, the craziest thing to me is what I'm about to tell you. Ben Vombauer wrestled collegiately at Boise State, where he was a two-time All-American. He won the Cowboy Open according to his Facebook page back in 2001 and 2002. He finished tied for third due to the match limit rule this year. He wrestled 133 pounds doing the old man entering the tournament things. Only he wasn't. Ben entered the tournament with Will Vombauer, who attends the Air Force's prep school in Colorado Springs, and Vance Vombauer, a high school junior out of Windsor, Colorado. Will didn't place in the amateur division at 125, but Vance won it at 133 in the same age bracket, which is typically for college freshmen and sophomores. Yeah, get this. Those are Ben's kids. He wrestled in a college open with his kids. Holy crap. That is so cool. I met Ben a long time ago at the U.S. World Team Trials in 2005 in Ames. Seems like forever ago. Wow, wrestling with your kids, I don't ever want to even have that experience and think about it, considering my kids are young and, yeah, anyway. Late Friday, the Battle of the Midway did conclude after the first short-time shots of the season was released. Army West Point beat Fresno State 29-9 to conclude the kickoff of the season out in San Diego, which again is Spanish for something involving a whale. In Arkansas, Williams Baptist blanked Central Baptist 48-6. What's on the docket for Sunday? We've got open tournaments at Princeton, Clarion, near Virginia Tech, and Roanoke at the Southeast Open, and the first battle at the Citadel, appropriately held at the Citadel. Menlo hosts the Menlo Open. Lycoming's hosting an invitational. CSU Bakersfield closes out its run through the upper Midwest. Closes out its run through the upper Midwest as Manny Rivera stops at his old place of employment, North Dakota State. And down south, Emmanuel faces Reinhardt, which started the year ranked number 2 in the NAIA. What up, Jeff Berdard? Placing top 6 as I check the time. How much time do I have on this? Oh, I've still got plenty of time halfway through this little dubstep, diggy, ditty, whatever I'm calling for this season. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, placing top 6 items from the newsletter. Tim Hands over at 5pointmove.com is all the Greco-Roman coverage you can handle. But if you're a fan of Greco, you might not be able to stomach some of the stuff that's coming out from Budapest, as it was yet another disappointing day for Greco as the U.S. got shut out of medal contention. Timmy has all the breakdowns as well as a story on a U-15 trip from out in Europe as well. Blake Cunningham, the Bakersfield Californian, pens a pretty solid story on CSU Bakersfield 133-pounder Chance Rich as he heads into the Road Runners duel against North Dakota State on Sunday. I probably should slow down on this. For my buddy Mike Catullo out in Pennsylvania, who tipped me off to one of his wrestlers needing a heart transplant. The York Daily Record did a story on the launch of a GoFundMe for this athlete. You can read about it in the newsletter. Mike was a former assistant at Franklin Marshall, Millersville, and Maryland before moving back to PA to coach and teach at Red Lion High School. This is the same high school that hosted Lock Haven versus Arizona State last year. When you think of wrestling news, you think of the Morrison County Record here in Minnesota. Well, if you're a Piers wrestling fan, yes, that's spelled P-I-E-R-Z, then you know that's the most trusted name in news. In all seriousness, I love stories from local media promoting longtime coaches, so that's why we've included the story of Mark Jensen's upcoming induction in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame's Minnesota chapter. From Eric Knopfsnyder of the Tribune Democrat in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, yep, one of the guys from the PA Power Wrestling site with several shows here on the Matt Talk Podcast Network, Bo Bassett, who I recently saw win the preseason national in Iowa, is a finalist for the Sports Illustrated Kids Sports Kid of the Year. He's a 7th grader at Forest Hills Middle School in Sidman, just outside of Johnstown. And the last item of the day, I'm pretty sure that Vombauer thing is going to get some traction nationally once people hear about it. You can get to read those stories and more from Matt Talk Online's daily wrestling newsletter. Sign up for free at matttalkonline.com/news and get the day's top stories from around the world in wrestling delivered to your inbox for free. The Matt Talk Online daily newsletter is sponsored by Resolite. Short Time Shots is sponsorless. Interested? Give me a shout, or if you'd like to be a supporter of the show and all the on-demand audio offerings as I stumble over my own words, free newsletters, historical research, and if you want to get some of that cool compound gear from the man Cliff Fretwell, you can support this program by making a small monthly contribution to the network by going to matttalkonline.com/join the team. The Short Time Wrestling Podcast is proudly outfitted by Compound Sportswear. That's all I got for today. I'd like to thank you for listening, because you've always got time for Short Time. Thank you, Abby. That was my wife in the background. That's how we're ending the show.
This This winter with Aer Lingus, you can fly from Minneapolis St. Paul direct to Dublin, your gateway to Ireland. From Dublin's legendary sights and culture to the dramatic beauty of Ireland's coastlines and castles, you'll enjoy warm hospitality, cosy pubs, Michelin-star cuisine, and historical wonders wherever you choose to visit on this uniquely vibrant island. And because you'll be coming in winter, you'll also enjoy less tourists. Smart says fill your heart with Ireland. Smart flies Aer Lingus. Book now at airlingus.com.
Finding the right pros for home projects can be tough and spark a lot of questions like, how do I find a pro who can help? Will they do a good job? Will I get a fair price? That's where HomeAdvisor can help. From leaky faucets to major remodels, HomeAdvisor connects you to the right pro for the job in seconds and even helps you get a fair price. Read reviews, check project cost guides, and book appointments. Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free HomeAdvisor app to start your next project.